Bro, oh, this is gas. What you call this strain?
Yes, sir. This is what they call the 1944 experience.
Yeah, this kind of messed up.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Way out of pocket. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna see you later, bro.
Hey! You forgot to pay, bro.
No, you come on, man. You just forgot that I gave it to you. Hello everyone, we are gathered here today to look at a riveting case study regarding one of the, objectively speaking, best games of all time. And there's a good reason why I say it's objectively one of the best games of all time. And that's because it's my opinion and I speak pure facts. Allow me to introduce you to today's case. Is there a way to stop the inevitable chaos that is tied to every Gmod session? Well, I am most curious. But first, some history. Garry's Mod was released in 2006 as a collaboration of Facepunch Studios and Valve. When gamers from around the world heard the news, they bought the game overly excited, got their friends, and logged on to absolutely fucking nothing. A flatland world with up-to-date graphics and a bunch of familiar items and mechanics, but nothing more than that. When browsing the multiplayer tab, it seemed that online servers provided the same gameplay just with a few more players. What the fuck was probably the reaction of most people. Hearing this, you might think that players felt ripped off and inclined to get a refund, but instead, the player base saw potential. The driven went to create, and the unemployed went to work. Fast forward 17 years of community time, talent, and dedication, and Garry's Mod is now a fucking roleplay game. Hey, you got severe ADHD, schizophrenia, lucid daydreaming? You no longer need it. This game simulates all. This case study is broken down into the following chapters. Of course, the research done for this case study is completely unbiased and strictly contemplative. Imagine you get spawned into a vast, empty, seemingly limitless world where everything is yours and you are everything. The world gets shaped by your will and your will alone. What do you do? If your answer is yes, you are correct. In a world where you can do anything, you will do everything until you can't do anything anymore. I mean, hey, can you tell I have a degree in liberal arts? Because I don't. But to get to the point, you can do fucking everything. You can spawn in the craziest buildings, contraptions, roller coasters, spaceships, nukes, you name it, rainbow walls if you feel like it. If you can imagine it, it has already been made by a guy probably 10 times as weird as you, which is a feat. This is fun. But before I continue, imagine the same scenario, but a friend joins in. The world is not just your kingdom anymore. It is your land to share. And so you both get to work. You try out new things together, test different contraptions, mobs, weapons, and the like. Oh, gee. Lighthearted, experimental enjoyment is the only thing on your minds. But that is until... After a good 1 hour and 34 minutes of gameplay, you start to realize that the only thing left to conquer in this world is each other. Ronald McDonald versus Burger King. Who would win? I don't know. But what I do know is when these two tyrants collide, it's gonna create a sequence of war so mind-boggling we can't even begin to comprehend. But however, in Gmod, these events are so realistic that they trick unsuspecting computers into transferring fire from the game to your family residence. It would seem that humans have a little too much freedom in this game mode, so chaos in and outside of the game seems impossible to prevent. But what about Prop Hunt? In this chapter, you will see no one less than me accompanied by myself playing Gmod Prop Hunt. However, let me get one thing straight. I have not bought Counter-Strike Source, and I never will. So if you see a few or even an unbearable amount of errors in my footage, please know that I don't care. Imagine this. On the most regular of Tuesdays, you are in a restaurant. And to the restaurant, you brought some friends, your freshest fit, and an empty stomach. However, you are out of your goddamn mind. You see pots, pans, doors, errors, and trash cans alike jumping around the establishment. Welcome to Schizo Scavenge, where deranged people with heavy firearms gun down a friendly area because CVS is out of perks. Prop Hunt is just doomed from the start, as the hunters have the mental stability of a Northern American house, and the props are a bunch of maniacs with body dysmorphia. But to the props' defense, they are simply trying to chill. How would you feel if you were simply trying to metamorph and run around in liminal spaces and deranged Derek 55 starts shooting rockets at you? Listen, the props feel things just like we do, so please try to sympathize with them. Serve your God-given purpose as a human. If you're cold, they're cold. throw them in the fire. But I digress. Prop hunt is so dodge intensive, it got me sidestepping elderly people. On to the next topical chapter. Death Run. Ayo, Death Run so dodge intensive, it got me sidestepping people holding the door open for me. Death Run is playground peer pressure evolved. The kids at the playground who would tell other kids they could easily front flip off that 5-meter structure are the people you will find in these lobbies. Every single obstacle screams chicken. I was gonna record some clips of me daring online players to go into the obvious death traps of Death Run, but the players in this game seem to be so fucking evolved that there's no fucking point in even trying. By the time the round is started, they have already flown to the next continent, so I'm just gonna leave it at this. Thanks for understanding, and if you don't understand, well, TTT. Trouble in Terrorist Town. Or should I say RDM, because...
What the hell is the...
Regardless of what they label me, I am always the trouble in town. I do not let anyone call me innocent, and nor should you. The only reason you need is treason. If you're a terrorist at heart, you must spread terror with pride. Pick up a gun and shoot thy neighbor. I'm sorry, I tend to digress these days. My sleep schedule has just been as solid as Northern American infrastructure. When performing my research, I noticed a great lack in TTT servers. Not because there are too little, but because I got banned on almost all of them. I mean, shit like, how are you? And why do you point a rocket launcher at me? Shut the fuck up. In other words, TTT is just as feral as any other game mode in Gmod. The only difference between the mayhem cost in, say, Sandbox versus TTT is that TTT players need some kind of cue in order to be able to pull that trigger without getting banned. But the very instant that first shot leaves anyone's barrel, people start to defend themselves. I would write more about this, but there is really nothing much more to this game mode than what I've already shared with y'all Crackle Barrel Beach Boys. Except for the secret passages to trade their weapon stashes and shootout spots. But you didn't get that from me. I want to stab people. I want to grab a knife and stab people until they die to death. Then I will sit down and watch Looney Tunes. The concept of murder mystery is as simple as separating bike lanes from car lanes. It goes as follows. One person is just like me. For real, and the rest are dead men walking. It is like a less polite version of TTT. You are the murderer, so you must murder. This basically means that there's no consequences to you going full Patrick. And do not fear that they know you are the murderer. In fact, the second I notice I am the murderer, I scream from the top of my lungs, I'm coming to get them. Hello everyone. I'm coming to fucking get ya! Oh, but they will group together. They will be prepared. You are stuck here with me. Prepare all you want. You know what? Call the police. I don't fucking care. After all, it won't unstab your abdomen. Ah! But what if you're not the murderer and you're thrown into a scary place with 3 filler people and a crazy lunatic with a knife? Oh no. Man, I could make a whole video on just this one game mode. I swear, the shit that goes down in these servers is legendary. Truly iconic, but at the same time, incredibly cliche. In Dark RP, letting your intrusive thoughts win comes with actual consequences. The moderator picks you up, puts you on a little roof, and says, "Why did you RDM?" To which you'll respond, "I have a mental illness and I collect bugs." Okay, as tempting as it is, please don't actually mock his voice. This sounds like a big problem to the criminal community, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me just rewind it real quick. Dark RP is a semi-open world role-playing game mode where people are thrown into one big map together and are to create a society. In order to create and maintain this society, Dark RP offers a wide range of jobs ranging from authorities and political positions all the way up to drug dealers and, dare I say, hobos. Specific jobs have player limits in order to keep a balance in the server job distribution. Or so they will try to deceive you. They feed us this poison, so we buy their cures, while they suppress our medicine. The jobs with limited slots are either donator ranks, authorities, gun dealers, the mayor, etc., which generally have high wages and a lot of rights and perks within the society of a server, but are generally limited to how much money they can hustle together in a legal fashion. This usually forces your friendly neighborhood police officer into corruption, allowing them to earn some good cash while still keeping their authority. Other jobs with high or unlimited slots are usually low-wage jobs that force you to hustle your way to success. Take, for example, a meth cook. In the society that we live in, the wages that meth cooks get are so fucking low that they just barely cover the oxygen costs of the city, let alone the fact that most mayors, me, raise income tax to a friendly 90%. So now it is completely up to you and your questionable homies to look for an exiled crib and start watering that white. However, cooking meth is expensive. If you're lucky, the server cash default will have your back. If you're not, blood money. Well, you don't have to do blood money. Kind of. My tip, until you have enough money to start your miserable, soul-crushing shit that got you looking expired meth journey, work your way up by starting out as a mafia boss. Here is a simple blueprint. Found the Yakuza gang, for example. Secure a building in the city center, befriend the gun dealers, corrupt the police, and then use the civilians to make money by giving them one of two options. Personal Yakuza protection fees, unrequested but obligated, or a blatant pyramid scheme. Both uniquely intriguing, yet equally lucrative. Watch your network grow and your windows blow as hobos try to steal your money printers. Do this for a few hours, become feared and renowned in the city, make millions, and retire a miserable meth cook. That is the American dream, baby. Hey, you want to take a sneak peek into the life you got waiting for you? Meth cooks got free roam into any crack den they please and need no trigger discipline when standing within smelling range of a police officer. But what if you get the "why didn't you RDM?" Well, that is up to you. But just remember, this is a game. None of this is real. No matter your actions, there are no real consequences. Do you want to shoot the mayor? Then do it. Do you want to Nico kneecap a police officer? Then do it. You want to burn homeless people because they look weird? Then do it. Conclusion, no, you cannot stop the chaos in any Gmod game whatsoever. And the further down the list you get, the worse it becomes. Special thanks to the FBI and the CIA for having not shut down the servers and keeping the fun rolling, because they have all the reason to not. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and learned something today. Let me know in the comments what case studies you want to see in the future. I would be glad to hear that. But as of right now, I'm already working on my next case study. See you in 2 weeks. Bye bye.